Hello, we are live. Hey, welcome back. Here we are with Monster Hearts again. And yeah, I'm Sophie. This is my channel. Hey, you found me. Woo. And yeah, this is Autumn with the Merry Maidens. And tonight I am playing Trust the Witch. And I'll hand just over to Charlie. And then... Oh, Charlie's coughing.
I'm okay. I made it a shortcut. Yeah, so I'm Charlie, also at Frost and Fire. And tonight I'm playing Kaylee Green, the ghost who is currently racked with her darkest self. I was going to say her shattered self, but that's a different thing. Her darkest self. And yeah, she's coming to terms with some heavy news.
I'm Mikael. I'm playing Robin this session. My pronouns are they, them, and Robin's pronouns is he, him, which I now remembered both of them this session. It's good. Robin is the mortal, and he hasn't kissed anyone yet, I think, like properly. I'm very even though his reputation, he has. I don't think he did.
He did, didn't he?
He didn't fully reciprocate the kiss that Kaylee gave him in the cafe on the first episode.
Oh, okay. We need to do better, guys. Come on.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely gold, right? Hi, I'm Matthias, he, him, and I'm the MC. Master of Ceremonies for these lovely people. How are you all doing? Excited?
Also, today we're doing something cool. Sorry to interrupt, but we all made Twitter accounts because we're that cool for our characters, and we'll be over there. So if you look up hashtag #ShallObey, BAE, you should be able to see all of our tweets. So if you're watching this on YouTube, that's where you can find them.
I'm going to put it in chat just because... I don't know. There we go. Ready for... I don't even know anymore what's going on.
We'll do any of us, right?
I don't know. We're all like school children. Who knows at that age?
Although school children who possibly know more than the adults right now, given the state of Mr. Smith last session.
Oh God, yeah. What happened to him?
True. That's a good point. We I can remind us all of the game's agenda, and that is make each main character's life not boring, keep the story feral, say what the rules demand, say what honesty demands, and to allow us to do that, we also have some safety tools in place. Like we have a lines and veils document set up. A line is something that will never ever come up in a game, and a veil is something which can be part of the fiction, but what we do not dwell on, what we fade to black on. And we've got the X and an O card in play. X card is if you go like this, or type an X in chat, or just say I want to X card this. We roll back a bit, take the narrative in a different direction. No explanation required. The end card is should we come up like close to a sensitive topic? That's how we communicate that, so we can all be sure to check in more with each other, and take it at a slower pace. And the O card is for when we get into intense emotional scenes. That might just be what we want out of the game, right? This is a game about teenagers coming to terms with who they are, and that's sometimes rather difficult, especially when they're monsters, like in this game. So the O card is we can go like this, or type O in chat. It's both a way to query other people. This is okay that we're going there, that we're pushing further, and at the same time something, yes, like I might look like going through an emotional disaster right now, but yes, that's what I'm here for. Let's actually go deeper Yeah. So, what actually happened last time? We were like, in the pre-show, we were like, quite a lot for just another Monday morning at school.
Oh, yeah.
I think we opened up on Tress coming back, or Tress arriving at school, and a very stressed out Polly who had
yes.
been missing her the entire weekend, and was quite emotional about Tress returning, but also not knowing what had happened to her. Yeah, if I remembered correctly, you took it to the girls' bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Where well, not quite a falling out, but there were some words exchanged, and a little bit of strife between the two besties.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt
Kinda.
that.
There was at least, well, I mean, yeah, I think Tress walked away with a new condition. Right?
Yeah, which I need to put on my card. Yeah, which still haven't done yet. And I am a stone cold bitch, guys.
Yeah, at least to Polly. And, well, it wasn't like an full falling out, because you definitely heard the door on one of the stalls creak.
Yeah, we had a little snoop.
Yeah, and that was enough of a distraction to see what was going on there.
In my defense, I was in there first.
Fair, but was the picture necessary?
Someone wanted a picture for proof.
Which went-
hashtag best excuse.
Which went around on the on I think Polly sent it around the social media.
Yeah, at her little anonymous kind of Twitter account thing.
Yeah, Kaylee did. She had like an anonymous one. She's like, hashtag shall I bay bitches, hashtag best friends, or something like that.
Oh, you put it in the Zoom chat last time, but obviously that's...
I've got it. One sec.
It was something like, isn't it great when friends give a shit about you?
Oh, yeah, something like that, yeah. Oh, man.
And but like when you went to like wanting to go to confront whoever was snooping from the stall, there was apparently no one there. Oh, ghosty ghost went ghost, like, manifested her powers more and more. At that point, I don't think this happened consciously, or I don't know, how was that for Kaylee at that point? Just kind of,
I think
I don't
it
want
was
to be seen now.
definitely. Yeah, it was just a don't see me, and then she wasn't seen, and it was really weird for her. And it was like, okay, she's looking, and Polly's looking, and now I'm looking. No, I still exist, but she didn't want to say anything and like ruin it because she wasn't being noticed. So,
meanwhile, Robin was in class already, waiting for everyone to arrive there, but as it turns out, well, all of his current and former flames were still missing. Kind of. Like, neither Maris nor Victor showed up, nor Jean. Instead, Mr. Smith was kind of behaving odder and odder.
Yeah.
And I think, well, I don't know. Was this out of playfulness or out of boredom that Robin got kind of into a tussle with what's his face? With it's Ben Quinn, right?
Ben, yeah, no, we. I don't think Robin doesn't like Ben. He's just been looking for an excuse.
Yeah.
I mean, he's he. I don't. What instigated it was that he acted like he owned Tress, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. There was definitely like some not so great. Ben doesn't like. Yeah, Ben definitely has some not so great character traits about him, especially towards the female sex, right? And I think Robin took full advantage of that,
It was like,
leading to a fight that escalated and that seemed to go completely past Mr. Smith, who seemed to be completely out of it. That's how, to that scene, that's how Tress, Polly, and unseen in tow, Kaylee arrived in the classroom as well.
and then the movie thing,
Yeah.
the old TV. I think that was it, basically. Because
Yeah.
Mr. Smith didn't do anything about the fight.
No, Kaylee got his attention and he just was really oblivious to what was going on. And then he wheeled out the TV and put on A Clockwork Orange.
That was it.
Because that's what you do when kids are fighting. You put on a movie about ultraviolence. And we all kind of sat there and didn't know what to do. And stuff started happening to Tress, right?
Yeah, she was being stared at by Parth, if I remember correctly.
Well, he kept staring at her.
Yeah, and then I looked into, because he knew something was up, and then I looked into the abyss, like, kind of at the TV, just kind of like zoning out. And I had confusing and alarming visions that something happened to me that night that I can't remember.
Yeah,
And
the perfect movie to have those visions with, because it's like very much about violating other people's consent, right?
I've not seen it, I must admit.
Yeah.
But so yeah, she decided to leave, and Mr. Smith really didn't bat an eyelid. But the janitor did.
Yeah, he picked up on something and confronted you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Old Glenn. And
yeah, he tried to take me back to class. Seems like he knows something.
yeah, he was pushing for you to please behave normally, or something like that.
Called you out because you didn't have your hall pass, and he said that your sister tried to pull the same stuff too. And that's
then I hexed him.
Yes, you hexed with her on this poor old janitor, right? Which made his skin go all
He's not
blotchy.
poor. He's a nasty old man.
He's a bit creepy.
He's been mean to me. He's been mean to Tress. Filed on the nasty old man.
He's a bit
Okay,
creepy.
like, yeah, your mileage may vary. No, what actually happened then, though?
So yeah, I cursed him. Well, hexed him, and I ran off to the gym changing room showers, and he like fell into the classroom essentially.
Yeah, causing a commotion there while you reached out and called your grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That was so sweet.
yeah. And for the best move of the night, I think Kaylee went to call 911, call the police.
Yeah, well, the dude was in trouble, so she called the police. Well, an ambulance, emergency services. She didn't know who she wanted. An adult to fix the situation.
Because Mr. Smith was failing mightily at fixing anything there. And when the police or when the ambulance arrived, like old Glenn was being wheeled away, and the police came and went into like interviewing everyone, and obviously wanting to find out also like who the caller was and take their information. All while Tress, like, you'd been advised to go home, right?
Yeah,
Grandma told me to go home.
Left school without another thought, and I think that's not a thing that anybody probably noticed with all the stuff that's been going on. But the policemen, they became quite interested in Kaylee when they found out like name and information about her, and wanted to like ask her to come with them to the station. And I think that's at this point where Robin interjected himself, being like showing off his anti-authoritarian streak.
Man, also his knowledge of law.
Yes, you do not need to tell them anything. Yeah. Which escalated to a point that Kaylee used to try to run away.
Yeah, she freaked out. This is the scariest thing that's ever happened to her. She's never been in trouble with anyone before. No one notices her enough for her to be in trouble. And so she bolted down a corridor and out the fire doors. Technically through the fire doors. The fire doors were locked.
Yeah.
And she kind of bamped through them in a freakish display of ghostly skill, and went to go and hide by the temporary classrooms or whatever it was that was kind of on the next to the school field. And while she was sat there, a strange woman came over. Strange woman.
Yeah, a strange woman came over to
ask about Amaris. Is that the name?
Yes.
Yes.
And to
Nimue.
She introduced herself as Nimue, and she remarked that some very strange things about Kaylee. She didn't outright say you're dead, but it was pretty close. And she asked that Kaylee pass on a message to Amaris if they showed up, that Nimue wanted to talk to them and see them. But we haven't seen Amaris. Amaris is still missing.
Yeah, and this like getting away from those two policemen was the thing that like you said, triggered her darkest self, right? Do you want to read that to us again? So
yes, I can do that. So my darkest self. You become invisible, unnoticeable. No one can see you, feel you, or hear your voice. You can still affect inanimate objects, but this is your only avenue of communication. You escape your darkest self when someone acknowledges your presence and demonstrates how much they want you around.
And so that's important, because there's a condition in there for you to get out of this situation again. Meanwhile, Robin was actually like investigating what's actually going on and why there are police around at all, right? And like you actually moved and into the principal's, like into the front office, which is like was held up by the way, her name is Mrs. Badger, the secretary, who was pretending to be oblivious and like that headmistress is out and not available. Though, like, there was something curious about the closed blinds and the her shut office. But I think that's when, like, the police chief, who was by now also had arrived at the school, who had a file on Kaylee with him, and I think not to spite, but to undercut Robin's attitude, showed him the file of Kaylee, who seems to be a missing person case from last summer.
Just have to remark how great police work that was. Someone has a bad attitude. I must tell them everything.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, the adults in this world are always questionable.
Yeah.
That's how we get away with a lot of shit anyway.
And I think that's also... I think it was at this point that or was it at this point? Or soon after that Robin changed his true love, right?
Somewhere around here, yes.
Yeah.
She needs my help. A damsel in distress.
Damn, I should have kissed her yesterday.
Yes, I should. Oh my god.
Always these regrets afterwards, right? And where we left off was Tress
In the house.
in the house, basically being like literally grounded by magic.
My lovely sister, the eldest.
Yeah, the eldest, who was now like, I need to find out what's happening. And for your own safety, you're gonna stay at home right now.
And then they opened the window.
Yeah, it's probably pretty dank and cold outside.
But wasn't Jean standing there flashing a light?
There were light flashes in your window, and I think that's where I want to cut back in, right? How do you respond to that, right? I think they were like, he was shining a light over to your window, into it.
Gonna do what every teenage girl has always wanted to do. I'm gonna get a light and flash it back. Like those stupid movies.
Yeah, and I think we get this by now there's like a slight drizzle coming down. And what's it? I think he's like on the opposite side, like having a flashlight, right? And then like shines it up at himself in a very spooky way, wave at you.
Oh dear. Bless his little soul. I mean, she'll just kind of wave back. I mean, I'm guessing that the light still be on behind her and it's like kind of silhouetted. So you can see her wave.
Yeah, if you turned like your room lights on. I think you like only see like his like a shadow of him because he's got the lights off except for that flashlight like arcing over something and then like putting up a piece of paper that he's written something on, like backlighting it, right? And it's like, I think it reads, hey, you okay?
Okay, she's gonna do the same thing. She's gonna get like a piece of paper and a marker and just literally write, yeah, you, but like the letter U specifically. Gotta keep it casual, guys. Can't let them know I'm interested.
And he writes, yeah, okay-ish. How was school?
Are we really doing this? We have phones, don't we?
I don't know, like...
Okay, fine.
He's doing it. I don't know how you respond.
Okay. I'm still responding on the paper as well. So yeah, Tressa's gonna grab another piece of paper and be like, "I went home. Where have you been?" I'm gonna hold that up.
He's like, saw the news.
Have I seen the news apart from like what I already know?
You've definitely like seen a paper or something, like that he was picked up by the Coast Guard or something that you would know.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, but you weren't in today. That's what I'm gonna reply.
Yeah, sick, hit my head. Also grounded. For life. Separate piece of paper.
Oh God. I'm really tempted to write hashtag same. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna write hashtag same.
And I think he like leans over. You see that he's like propped up the flashlight, so it's like hitting his face at a weird angle, and he like writes something and then like doesn't or stops. What do you do?
This is like messaging when you get the dot 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 and it disappears. God damn it. Don't know what else to write, to be honest, because I can't leave my house. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to write my phone number on a piece of paper. Then I'm going to hold it up. And then on a separate piece of paper, I'm going to be like, that might be easier.
I think he puts like the flashlight between his teeth, and he's like, and then writes something.
Okay.
And it's like, no phone, frowny face, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm going to write about your grounded is worse than my grounded.
Well, and I think he writes back, yeah, it's bad till now.
Oh, that's cute. I'm going to draw a heart for that. So much for keeping it casual. Good job, Sophie. Yeah, she's gonna write a heart and be like, and then, when are you not grounded? It can't be for life, surely.
He's like, he just writes back IDK. They haven't said.
Okay.
I haven't asked.
Oh, I'm gonna put that sucks. Like, I'd sneak out, but I literally can't. I'm not gonna elaborate on that. That's just it.
Oh, so you're really writing I sneak out but I can't?
Yeah. Gotta keep it casual.
And I think he clearly misunderstands and writes back what to come over, and then like realizes that you might have meant it completely differently, and like just like crumples up the piece of paper and like waves, and I think the flashlight goes off.
Oh, God damn it.
What do you do?
Oh, well, he's gone now. Oh, fuck it. She's going to put on a piece of paper, yeah, if that's what you had in mind.
Yeah, I think roll to turn someone on.
Yeah. Is he still looking though? Does it matter?
I mean, you're shining a light, right?
That's true.
Are you flashing and flashing him?
I don't know if she's that bold. She's already bolder than me. Okay, what's turning someone on again?
Hot.
That's hot. That's hot, yeah, of course that's hot.
Definitely hot.
Yeah. I don't have any other modifiers. I mean, I don't think Stone Cold Bitch helps me here.
9.
Do you have any strings on him?
I don't actually. Sad times.
You got strings on everyone.
He's got a string on you, though.
Damn. Wait, when, what, how?
So on a 9, turn someone on. On a 7 to 9, they can either give you a string or choose one of the reactions. I give myself to you. I promise something I think you want, or I get embarrassed and act awkward. Okay. So here's what happens, right? Like, there's a moment where he that he kind of takes. I think you even see like a glimpse of light from somewhere else enter his room, right? It's him peeking out into the hallway, listening into the house, what's going on. Then he closes it and he's like, he scribbled something on a piece of paper and puts it up, and it reads, I think it reads, yes, RN question mark. And he like quickly shines a light at himself, right? So yeah, I'm choosing I give myself to you.
Yes. Is my sister still in the house?
Well, Nessa probably is.
Is it a big enough house that our rooms are all like quite separate?
They are, right? I don't know if, but like you've been like the spell's supposed to keep you in the house.
Yeah, but it's not keeping anyone else out. Right?
Not necessarily, like not people. It's also supposed to protect you from whatever.
You know what could be cute is if you had in your like garden door, you have like an old cat flap from when there was a cat in the house, and you could have a little conversation through the cat flap.
I think.
Thinking more than that.
I think here's the thing. You remember that
fit for a cat flap.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my string, and I want to tempt you to be like, yeah.
My parents aren't home. Come over.
It's only the second story, right?
Yeah.
So 1 up.
Yeah.
If you can improvise something, make him come over to you.
Okay.
And climb up to your window. And he's like, and I think this is him like being like shining a light at himself and like going.
Tress is going to write on a piece of paper 1 second. put the paper up, and then go find like I don't know something. I mean, I'm looking around my room now, and I'm like, a blanket, like tie a blanket and maybe
a couple of bed sheets tied together or something.
Yeah, okay, tie those knots really tight so he doesn't like fall and die.
Like if he's not, you know how sportive he is.
That's true. Okay, I tried 2 blankets together and chuck them out the window.
Okay, so you're taking that.
Yep.
Then you get XP for doing what I attempted you to do.
Yeah, woo! I get level up. Woo! Yeah, woo!
Let's cut away there for a second. What's happening? What are you, like, you other two doing in this, like, wet, dark evening?
Eating.
Eating?
Tweeting.
Oh, tweeting.
Yeah, just tweet.
No.
I don't mind that.
No, I think Robin is at home. Actually, probably
Okay.
in front of his computer.
I think you, like, there's a knock on your door.
In like my room, or the like front door.
No, knocking at your door. So someone in the house is knocking at your room door.
Yeah, I think I just like shout.
Like,
I don't want to talk right now, and I like turn on some music.
Robin, and it's your mom, and she's like, "Listen, you got a second, please?"
For what?
That's a thing. Do I have to stand outside here yelling like this?
Yeah, and I think I turn down the music and I like go to the door, and I open it. What?
Thank you. Just a thing. So, Clive was over yesterday. I think you saw him, right? Anyways, well, he asked for a little help in his shop, and is that a thing you might want to do? Maybe. I thought like that would be great. Like, yeah, I think you and Clive get along, right?
Maybe.
She doesn't actually know, but
I'm already working in the cafe.
yeah, but this is like something you could do in the afternoon, and would like really, I mean, you get to actually earn like some money, and like this could actually mean you can like pay more for your own stuff, you know.
What do you mean? I pay with the money I get from working at the Love Shack.
Yeah, but well, we kind of need that. I mean, yes, but we know that it's going to be a little bit tighter, probably, like in the near future. It's like it's been kind of like unusually low, even for autumn.
Okay. I guess I'll go talk to him.
Yes, sweetheart. Yeah. Like tomorrow afternoon. You know where you know where it is, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Mom.
Okay. So how,
Anything else?
I mean, and how are things at school?
Mom, a small talk tip. If you want to ask how it is at school, ask before you tell me to do something I don't want. And I think Robin just closes the door.
I think you're shutting her down.
Well, watch me fail. Yes.
Mark experience. I think it's you do shut the door. But it's like you said what you said, but at the same time you're like realizing there's something actually bothering her. Like there's something like she didn't know what to say right there, but wanted to connect with her son. And it's also something where she's like with something's going on that she wanted to share, but she can't, and you like out of reflex close the door on her. I think I'm going to give you the condition here, and I think it's what's a good word for it? It's kind of guilt, but it's like this maybe just family guilt. Right?
Yeah, I get that. I think Robin loves his mother, and I think like he realizes that he's like, yeah, that was probably over the line. I probably hurt her feelings.
Yeah, but you like immediately like her steps in the hallway, like leaving it at that, right?
Yeah, I think like I stand by the door, like listening to her walking away, and I just like take like a deep breath, and I go back to my computer.
I know it's a better condition here, not guilty. I'm just gonna say it's estranged son. Like there's obviously this thing where like, yeah, even if you wanted to make up for it, apparently right now, like neither they nor you know how to talk to each other. Yeah.
Fair.
What's up with Kaylee? Are you at home?
I think that Kaylee has been very wary about going home. She's scared. That's why the police are waiting for her. She thinks she's in even more trouble now. She's going to go to prison because she ran away.
You're wandering the town streets?
Yeah, so she's kind of wandering the town. And what Kaylee normally does when she wanders the town is she normally has her camera with her and she takes pictures and things. But she's only got her phone with her today. So she's having to take pictures on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think very occasionally she'll like post something up, just a random picture of maybe like a fox running across the street outside of one of the pubs, or maybe there's a boat out in the bay so you can just kind of see the little light out on the water. Just like little things like that, which could kind of give her away, but also it's not a picture of her, so it's okay. And she hasn't really noticed that no one's noticing her wandering around. But she's too busy focusing on the weird way that Nimue kind of treated her and was talking to her, and the weird things that are kind of building up. So while she's not noticing that people aren't noticing her, she's definitely coming to like a cold realization with this ball in her stomach that what happened last summer did happen. That it wasn't just, a couple of seconds of not being able to breathe underwater. It was something more.
Yeah, what are you looking for? Or do you have a question you want to ask here? Or anything Because I think that's fair, right? Like that realization is that is yours to come to.
I think as she stopped, probably down by the cliff, down by her house, she's kind of run out of other places to go now. She's eventually going to have to go home. I think her question is for the void, and it's, why did my parents leave? Because that's like the most painful thing right now, is it's, why aren't they here? Why aren't they looking for me if I'm, if something's happened? Why did they just leave?
Yeah.
Where did they go? It's just looking for her parents. It's like every question in her head is all just about, where's my family gone? Why am I alone?
Yeah. Please roll Gaze into the Abyss, so plus dark. On a 7 to 9, the Abyss shows you confusing and alarming visions, but you get your answer nonetheless.
Story of Kaylee's life.
Yeah. I think what we see is, it's like these images of a bright summer afternoon, and we see like in your house where like everything's like lively, it's lived in, your parents are about and are sitting in the garden, and your dad is like probably like putting steaks on a grill, and all that stuff, and you're coming out of the house like being all like set up to go to a party, and it's that afternoon, basically the last time they saw you, but it's your dad and your mom like turning towards you, and they're like we don't see their faces, like the features in their faces are missing. It's just a blurry thing. It's like almost as if you can't remember what their faces looked like, right? But we hear their voices, and they're like, okay, well, be careful, but have fun. And like them saying goodbye to you. Oh yeah, maybe it's your dad who takes you aside. What would you think your dad might like give you something for the party? Is this like an extra like swing by the store and you gotta bring something if you go there, and
I think Kaylee's dad is normally like really kind of straight kind of dude who doesn't really break the rules, but today he's like giving her, I don't know what the current like a WKD Bacardi Breezer, like that sugary vodka drink, and he's gone and got her like at least a bottle to take to the party, and just been like don't go nuts, have this with your friends. It's not pure vodka, but it's it's one of those sugary shit drinks that you drink when you're a teenager and you think you're great.
Yes, we had those.
Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah, Smirnoff Ice, WKD.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like flashbacks. We had like
what else? There were other ones as well.
Bacardi Bianco is what we
Bacardi
had
Breezer
on ice. Yeah, it was horrible.
At the time, you didn't know it was horrible, though. You just thought it was great.
Yeah, you were like, yeah, this is like
It was
I actually really liked
extra cool, right? Yeah.
That lemony.
I think that's when you find yourself like
oh, you know what it could have been? It could have been like a bright fluorescent green bottle of like apple sours.
oh god, yes.
Rather than being like the the drink thing. This is like shots. And it's, apple sour shots, because that's what he could get at the small village shop as like a low alcohol option.
And he like passes that to you, like kind of secretively, like so mom doesn't see. I don't know if she would object, right? But maybe he makes it a thing. But we know, like, this is gonna make it worse what happens afterwards. Like, he can't ever know, but what actually happened. But it's gonna be a thing that's haunting.
Yeah,
will haunt him afterwards. Yeah. Oof.
I think upon having these visions and that kind of, it is an answer, but it's not the answer she wanted in many ways either, and it's just painful. I think she's gonna kind of about turn, and she's just gonna wander out of the village towards the Merry Maidens. It's like, I imagine it's a few miles out of the village, especially on foot, and she's just gonna keep walking. She doesn't want to go home. She doesn't want to face that they're not there. She doesn't want to deal with any of this, and she's realizing like the cold isn't really affecting her that much, and just she's really upset, and she wishes she had another bottle of sours. So maybe there's the news agents right on the way out of town, or I could go see Clive. Clive always has the good stuff. I can go and get some of Clive's cider supply or whatever it is that he makes in his bathtub. So Kaylee will go down to the end of the village where Clive's house is and like knock on the door.
And yeah, like it takes a little bit, and Clive, who's kind of, I think he's pretty tall. Like he opens, as like looking out, and like, what the hell?
Clive?
Damn kids.
Clive?
And like he looks down, and there's like this moment where you feel like, oh, he's meeting your gaze, right? And then he's like, damn it. Bends down, like picks up like the soggy newspaper that he like forgot about, or like,
he like reached through me to grab the newspaper.
Yeah, kind of, right? Yes. Takes it and turns back in and walks back in, closes his door.
In anger and frustration, she bangs on that door again.
And I think we see like inside, like he jumps and turns around and like kind of takes the soggy newspaper in one hand as like a weapon, and like pushes open the door. What? Who's there? The hell? Like he takes like a couple of steps out into the rain. It's like, damn kids! Stop throwing rocks at my door! He like just yells.
I'm not throwing rocks. I'm throwing me.
Damn it!
And I think then she's gonna get really annoyed, and she's gonna like dive around him and go into his house because she's now on a mission. This is it. This is a new mission. He can't see me. Fine. And from what I remember us discussing, Clive is actually the one who gave her the camera originally. It wasn't entirely working, or it needed a new lens or something, but he gave it to her.
Yeah.
So I think she's been to his house before.
Yeah, I think that's definitely. I think we'll be going for a break here, but when we come back, let's explore what like Weird Clive's, like, why is Weird Clive weird, right? Let's see what his house has, so you can all think about a detail that we might find there. Two things we know about Clive are he has this kind of old timey camera shop in the town that probably also just survives off of the tourism in the summer. But he's also the one who supplies weed to. It's kind of low key to other adults. He's not like being like a huge dealer or anything like that, right? It's all kind of a thing where it's out like this village town thing where everybody kind of knows. But yeah, we'll see what that is like when we come back from the break and like 5 after. we're back.
Woo!
Okay, so yeah, we're in Weird Clive's house. I think we see him like trudging back. And I think he's just trudging back into his kitchen, like at the end of the hallway, he's like takes a pause, looks back like threateningly at the door. Don't you dare knock again, right? But then walks into the kitchen and slumps down on a chair and pours himself another cup of tea. And then as we like circle around, there's Kaylee in the room, I assume.
Yeah, and I think she's like curiously looking around. Well, if I'm going to be arrested, it might as well be for something I've actually done. And when she sees Clive making this cup of tea, is his body language like sad, or is it just like annoyed because he's had to answer the door twice, or what's going on with Clive?
I think he is he's got like a couple of letters that are strewn over the it's like kitchen table. They all look like bills, and he's been like sorting through them, like almost like bills that he like hasn't. I think as you like peek at them, it's like they're not addressed to him. They're addressed to Mr. and Mrs. Well, what's Robin's last name, by the way?
Owen.
Oh yeah, Owen. Yeah, to Mr. and Mrs. Owen. I think you hear something in the living room, and he just like without like looking up, he just says, "Yeah, miserable outside, isn't it?" And it's like a cat that walks in from the living room. It's like shakes itself, and like it's like this old street worn cat. I think it's definitely like missing an eye. It's got like lots of scars around the ears. Like there's like patches where the fur doesn't grow anymore. And it like just like strolls into the kitchen. And I think he gets up. And opens one of the cupboard shelves, pulls out like an already opened can of cat food and like scoops some out onto like it's not a proper bowl, it's just a plate, basically, like an old plate, like a single plate from and scoops it out for there you go, Mr. Arthur. And like leaves the spoon in the can, puts the can back up, and goes to sit back down. I think, let's explore Clive's place a bit.
I think Kaylee is gonna kind of tiptoe out of there since she's kind of getting away with it. So the front door, I imagine, opens up into this kitchen. This is the first room, right?
Yeah, there's a hallway and then there's the kitchen.
Okay, so she's gonna go back to the hallway. How many doors are off of this hallway?
I don't know. You tell me.
I think there's a small door that actually goes into the understairs area, and that's like a tiny like downstairs toilet area.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's on the other side of the hall, there's another door. There's two other doors that open into rooms, and then obviously the stairs that go up on that side. And I think Kaylee's been here before, but I didn't think she would have been upstairs. So she's gonna wander into one of the rooms downstairs, and I think she's gonna go to touch the door. And being aware of the weirdness around her, instead of actually opening this door, she's gonna just try and will herself to walk through it. She doesn't actually have the incorporeal move. I can't remember what it's called, the ghost move. That's like limitless or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called limitless. To walk through walls and fly. So I'm happy to make some sort of roll to see if she can achieve walking through this door rather than opening it and walking through it. Because she wants to test. She's really testing her limits right now in all the various definitions of that. Or you can just rule that it doesn't work. That's fine too.
No, I think you do it. Like you pass through. What's on the other side? What's on the other side of the room?
The other side of this door is a dark room where he develops his pictures, and that's part of the reason she didn't want to open the door, because she doesn't know what he's working on in here, and obviously if you let light in, it kind of screws up the entire process.
Mm-hmm.
The other side is actually a heavy curtain that hangs down, which is kind of like the safety net, and then it's lit by these red lights, and there are the baths of chemicals for developing traditional film. And across the room there's these strings where he's got clipped up various things that he's taken pictures of. Some of them are really old. Some of these pictures have been in here a long time and he's never kind of done anything with them, or they've never been collected, or... That's what I imagine is in this room. It's kind of a smaller room.
And I think, yeah, and because it's actually it's dark here, right? There's no light source at all, because why would there be? There's not even like a red light on. We see all this from a kind of from your vision, which is like everything seems to be like is desaturated, and you can see like definitely the photos are brighter, black and white, but you don't know if they could be black and white photos, but you don't know because there's no color to perceive right now in the state that you're in as you stepped into this room. What's like a detail? Maybe Sophie, Mikhail. What do the photos show? You have an idea?
I was thinking like maybe he has like pictures of birds or something random like that. Like it's not people. There's pictures of that much.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of birds around here, so.
Yeah, it's like there's like a photo of like a bird pulling some. Yeah, basically what's like some garbage across the street, like picking that apart. There's like a bird perched up on top of like a windowsill. I think there's another picture though that does show a person, and it's like upon one of the rocks at the cliffside, and it's also showing it's showing like a seagull sitting on their arm, and they're looking at it, and it's clearly a Maris.
I would like to reach out and take this photograph.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine she kind of lifts one hand up and kind of unclips the peg or whatever it is that's holding it, the clip, and pulls it down. And I think she still has her school bag with her, so she'll put it in between the pages of like her science book or whatever, so it's going to be kept flat and safe, because she would still respect photography even if she's stealing it.
Yeah, and as you do that, like there's this point where you turn up the back of it, right? And it's got like in the bottom corner, it's got like a just an apostrophe 94 written on it.
'94?
Yes.
Was I even born in '94?
I don't think so. No.
I wouldn't have been born until like 2001, right?
Yeah.
I feel so old in this moment. Meta me feels old.
Yes.
Damn.
What's
I left school at 2000. No, I didn't. I started secondary school in 2001. I'm not that old.
What other odd things is Kaylee finding? Is she like?
I think.
I want to hear from the other
Oh,
players.
Sophie, what else does Weird Clive have in the photo room?
Or above in some of the other rooms, because I think you're strolling and exploring the rest too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like maybe something from his past, like I don't know maybe did he used to live anywhere else before here, or did he have a family?
You'll tell us.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, maybe it's a picture of Clive with a wife and maybe a child. That's what I'm thinking. I'd
Where's
some background.
Where does Kaylee find this picture?
Where is Kaylee at now again?
Well, wherever.
Strolling.
You can just
Having left the picture room, she's actually really
Imagine his living room.
go up the stairs.
Okay.
And maybe there's like a little table at the top of the stairs.
Oh, like
Imagine
a
my
mantle.
grandparents' house, like a little table. And my grandparents always had like pictures and like little ornaments at the top.
Yeah, mine had that too. Yeah.
So maybe this is where this picture is, because it's kind of like out of sight of the main downstairs, but it's, he's going to see it every time he walks up the stairs.
Yeah, like at the top of the stairs, and then the corridor
At
over,
the
like
beginning of that private area of the house.
yeah.
And what's weird or off about it?
The child's face is kind of blurred out. Like if you rub at a photo hard enough, it rubs
You can
away.
Stuff it all up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think this is going to really bring back the memories of being on the cliffs and having those visions of her parents, so she couldn't remember her parents' faces. And I think that she may in this moment need to keep her cool to keep from maybe knocking something over, because it's really going to like spook her. That's really spooky that, she's just had a vision of a place and a time that is disconcerting, and she can't remember her parents' faces, and then here's a child with their face rubbed out, and it's getting a lot. It's a lot for Kaylee to process, I think.
What's the wife look like? Because we can see her, right? What is she like?
I imagine she's quite petite, like quite short. I think she's got like. I imagine the photo being in black and white, by the way, just to...
right now, I think almost everything appears because Kaylee's in a weird...
Oh, okay, all right.
weird
Okay, I was imagining it black
state.
and white anyway.
Yeah.
It's not quite a professionally taken photo, but maybe it's like a photo just taken in front of the house, like everything looks quite neat.
In front of this house?
Yeah. Like it's the front door sort of thing. And maybe they just moved there, or, kind of a new beginning kind of photo. yeah, she's small, petite. I mean, you can't see very much because it's like quite far away. It's more of a shot of the kind of front
Okay.
of the house whole sort of
Yeah,
thing.
weird. Like it's
Yeah.
shows the entire house front.
Well, yeah, and it's like so maybe they had just moved in, sort of thing. But she's got like quite long, dark hair. Like you can tell it's probably like black or something. It's quite obviously dark. She's wearing like a nice little dress and shoes, like flat shoes, like almost like working shoes. Like maybe she goes out and in the garden a lot or something. Like kind of working outdoor shoes. But yeah, that's what I imagine.
And yeah, Kaylee, you're like, we take this in, but you're like focused on this child that's not recognizable, right? And it's like almost like feels that it pushes you back into some other room. What's Kaylee stumbling into this room? Like, what's this room like? My God.
I think this is the.
Well, Mikael, do you have an idea? Or if you had something in mind, Charlie, please go.
I have an idea that this is like the box room upstairs, and right now it's used as kind of like a storage place. There are cardboard boxes here, but there's like a small bed pushed up against the wall, and this was probably the child's room when they were here, but it's now kind of been masked by the junk and just stuff that needed to go somewhere that didn't really have a place anywhere else. And
well, that feels familiar, Kaylee.
Shut up. I'm not junk in the spare room. And I think the thing that really strikes her about it is on the bed there's this quilt cover, and it's Winnie the Pooh, and it's like the 100-Acre Wood, and it's got all these little mini adventures kind of illustrated on it. And Kaylee remembers that she once had a Winnie the Pooh cuddly toy, and it's just she kind of comes into this room and it's just like a weird nostalgic feeling, but also it's just building on this anxiety that's building in her of being forgotten and being left behind and forgetting and being dead. And I think she's gonna grab one of the boxes and tip it out onto the bed to see what's in it. She doesn't know why. She doesn't even know why, but she's like, I want to see what's in this box. I need to know what's in all of these places now. I need to understand something tangible.
Yeah. Roll Gaze into the Abyss for me.
Gaze into the abyss. And that's dark, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Dear Abyss, what do you show me today? More terrifying visions.
Yeah, that's a 9 again. So.
Ooh.
The entire box is not filled with like other childhood toys. It's filled to the brim with photographs, and they like all spill out. So it also doesn't like make a huge noise. They just all spill out, and you're like looking through them, and you recognize they're all photographs of the child. And here the kid's face isn't rubbed out like on the photograph out on the hallway. You're like, they're all in a mess, but you can definitely see like pick them up as they're like as this kid has been growing and growing, and And I think you... Well, here's the question. Would you recognize who this is? I think so.
Would you like me to make a roll and then we can see? Because Kayla's kind of flustered, so she might not even be...
I think you just made a roll, right? So I think this is what comes with that. I was just trying to decide if you... Yeah, I think you... well, not at this point. You don't recognize it, but you definitely like one of the oldest ones where the kid is like 15 or something. We might guess. I think you take with you. And then you're like, no, like you get this feeling where like you're like, no, you can't stay in this room. This room is too much like home, and at the same time not. And whatever happened to his kid, oof. You're like glad, like you don't want to see another picture of this kid, and you've got this one, and he seems like fairly happy in it, and it's a good photo. It's a good photo. Where does Kaylee find herself next, Mikael? In this house?
It's almost like Blueberry's Bride instead. I think it's like some kind of... I think it's like some kind of upstairs living room. I think there's like a lot of these kind of trophies, like from like youth athletics. I think there is like a futon there and like an old TV that doesn't seem to have been used for a while. And I think also the room seems like oddly empty in a way. It's definitely not stuff in here to fill the room. Like it's not that it's not messy either. It actually seems like it's pretty orderly here.
What feels off and weird about it?
I mean, I think I already kind of said it. Like it doesn't seem like a place that someone is, but it's like very oddly neat.
Yeah, it's well taken care of. Is that like different to many other parts of the house?
Yeah, definitely. Like there's not. It's clean here. It's clean. It's orderly, and there's like nothing seems to be out of place or anything.
Yeah, like I don't think the other parts of the house are actually messy, but they're like
lived in,
and this is like kept spotless and nice.
It's a formal living room.
Yeah. So I think let's cut away here.
Can I send a text message before we cut?
Yeah, what are you sending?
I think Kaylee would like to text Robin and ask him to meet her at the Merry Maidens.
Yeah, I like that.
Because I think she's about to bolt. She's done. She's spooked. She's freaking.
Yeah, I like that. In the meantime, what's like... How's this going with like having Jean climb up to your room, Tress? I think we cut in in the instance where he like climbs into the window.
Okay, so he's managed to get up. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like you tied like a like 3 bed sheets together or something like that, right? I think you're both kind of out of breath, right? Because the problem was it's like raining and the rain has become heavier, and so like he's drenched, and you were first like trying to, well, I can just tie it around my bedpost, and then that was starting to creak in a way where you're like, oh no, it's gonna so you actually had to hold the other end. So I think as he like climbs in, you're both kind of out of breath, and he's like dripping wet, right?
Oh, it's raining. Okay.
Yeah. What do you do?
I'm just gonna be like, you're crazy, and then I'm just gonna grab like a towel. I assume I have towels somewhere and hand that to him.
Am I? Didn't you invite me over? And he's
You could have invited yourself over.
He's like looking at you because you're like being kind of like in like normal room volume.
Oh yeah, my sisters won't hear anything.
Oh, they won't. Like you blushing
downstairs.
And he like rubs his face off with the towel, and oh my god, wet again seems to be a thing that happens when we meet.
It certainly does. What even? Wait, seriously, what even happened that night? I don't remember anything.
Well, I mean, I don't. It's hard. And I think he like looks around, and what's like a seating, like is like your bed the most obvious thing to sit on, down on? Yeah. So he like sits down onto your bed, and it's like, that was a crazy night. Quite the party you took me to, Tress. And he like leans back.
I didn't take you, did I?
Wait, I think I was just out there minding my own business, fixing my bike, weren't I?
Oh, don't lie. You wanted to go. You knew it was happening.
Yeah, no. I don't know what came over everyone. Yeah. I just remember like swimming with Victor.
Yeah,
like,
Victor wasn't in school.
Yeah, I mean, we made it to the rock, but like as we were like climbing up the rocks, I don't know what happened. Like the sea was like raging all around us. We like couldn't see any of you, and I don't know who else went into the water.
The other girl I was with, oh god, I've forgotten Katie's character's name. Camilla. It's Camilla. And I remember Amaris went in as well, and yeah, you and Victor and Robin.
Robin as well. Well,
how can he have forgotten that? Damn him.
Ha.
Selective memory.
And he's like, yeah, I don't think that was the wisest idea. Whoever had it.
Perhaps not, but
I mean, wait, did you run into the water too?
yeah, I blacked out. I don't know what happened, and then the next thing I remember, I'm waking up in my bed.
Oh, You okay? Did you he looks looks at did you but you didn't really get hurt, did you?
No, I mean,
How hurt are you actually?
I'm fine physically. Like, just scary not remembering what happened. It's like drinking too much and then waking up the next day like, what did I do?
You are at 2 harm just on a player level, right? So
Yeah, but that's because I have a nosebleed. I don't know slash an eye bleed, which I'm sure is cleaned up a little bit now. I'm probably just hurt on the inside.
and I think he leans over more or props himself up more on an elbow and just looks at you. Well, didn't have the impression you were one of the crazy ones. But
I'm not usually.
You aren't?
No, I don't know what happened that night. I think I was a bit influenced by Camilla.
I think we all were kind of under an influence, I'd say.
Yeah, there was alcohol involved. I remember that much.
Yeah. So
how come you got grounded then? Like, how did you get home okay? Like, I had the Coast Guard picked you up.
Yeah. I don't know, did you see the photo? I was hoping. Well, well, when I got picked up and I got home, I guess I shouldn't have tried to lie about it. And then when my parents saw the photo in the newspaper,
I think at this point, like, Trass is finally going to sit down on the bed next to him. She's tired of standing.
Yeah. So you grounded too?
Yep. Not my parents though. My sister.
Your sister?
Yeah, she's like parent number 3.
Oh, kind of more scared now to be found out being a peer?
She's out. It's only Nessa in.
Okay.
So, why did you invite yourself over then?
Did I invite myself over? I thought I was being asked over. And he's like,
It was mutual.
Well, and he kind of looks you up and down. Like, I hope so. I hope it is.
She's going to go for it and she's going to say, yeah, it was. And she's going to go kiss him.
Nice.
Damn, get the smooches in.
Yeah, turn someone on, please.
Yes.
That's where she fails.
Yes. Oh god, I can't spell, guys. I'm gonna write a funny comment, but not funny enough. I don't have any strings ready. No. Okay. A.
That's a 9. Yeah. So, 7 to 9. They can either give you a string or choose one of the reactions. Yeah, I think you go to kiss him and yeah, his like he returns the kiss, and his arm slides like right up behind your back, right, to pull you closer to him. And
Wait, going for it.
yeah, and I think the camera pans over to the window that's being like the being like gently hit by the rain by now, and there's a like off in the distance there's the arc of lightning, but it's way off in the distance over the sea, and that's where, well, one triggers your sex move, but we get to that when we get back, I think.
Yep.
Because of the nature of it. And I want to know, Robin, you got a text. Did you do anything with that text? Did you actually head out?
What would Robin do? Yeah, I think so. Not before. I'm not sure. Like he was very determined to go ruin this moment for with the baguette, but I think. I think
when you receive the text, you're already out and about. Like you're like, fuck it,
yeah.
I don't want to sit in my room feeling guilty about what happened. I'm just sneak out the back, and I'm like, I need to do something. Yeah.
I think actually what he does is like he tags Nessa into our Twitter conversation, and I'm gonna use a string to make her go and check it out. Nothing else. You can have the moment. I'm just gonna want. I just want her to catch you.
Wow, don't mess with Robin.
I'm a bitch.
Wow. Okay. How do you think that goes? Or...
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm using my string, so I guess they do it, but I don't want it to like ruin the moment from a character perspective. I think it's just an interesting thing, and it's a very Robin thing to do. So I think I'm just gonna like I think Robin just does that. He tags Nessa into the conversation, and it's like me as a player want there to be drama. With Nessa there. Because that's interesting, and I have a string on her, so now I needed to use it.
Yeah.
Finally, and I think I will go towards the bar. I think you see this moment where he's standing like on the way there, and he's like, God damn it, and just like, and then turns around and walks to the bar. And I think like you probably see in the TV series, you probably like see the push notification on Nessa's phone.
Yeah, nice.
And you see that Nessa is busy with her boyfriend in the moment. Oh, fuck.
Nice. Yeah, we'll see what comes of that. The Merry Maiden still is open, definitely.
And I also think that this probably maybe triggers my move when you go poking your nose in affairs not meant for your kind.
Oh, nice. What does that move do? Do you read it out loud?
someone involved in the situation gains a string on you, and you mark experience.
Who gets the string?
I'm pretty sure that Tressa gets a string.
Okay.
I mean, because you see that. I mean, it's not like I'm hiding it or anything. It's our Twitter thread.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're just busy right now to look at your phone. Yeah, take that string, Tress.
Woo.
And
Like a 4 on you.
you that XP, Robin. What's the meeting place like where you're where Kaylee said let's meet up? Let's meet up at the bar itself, or no?
Or is it the actual Merry Maidens?
She just said Merry Maidens in the text.
Okay, so I think we see you come in, Robin, right? Like kind of like patting the rain off of you in the entrance area, and we haven't been at the Merry Maidens yet. I think it's like it's not empty. It's decently filled, but kind of quiet at the moment. There's like I think a couple of like young adults strewn about. Like maybe there's like a couple over there. There's like several friends on the other side, and I think all the seating is like. I think the seating is, it's like all low coffee tables mostly, and like couches and like low to the ground, like these little stools or just blocks basically where you can sit on, right? So it's all meant to be kind of loungy, like it like completely doesn't fit into Shallow Bay as a town. It's very hip, at least for here.
Yeah, and I think like as I come in, I think like all the way here, I kind of was thinking, does she mean the bar? Does she mean the place? I am way too cool to ask her about that. So I'm just like, I think you've seen like probably in the like the messaging app, you've seen like the ... and then it's gone, and then ... while he was thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna ask, and then I think like Robin comes in, and it's like, man, it's probably not here, is it? And then like goes over to the bar and like asks, is there anyone there that I know?
I think there's like who would be there?
Ben.
Ben?
Where's his parents' pub, isn't it? Merry Maidens.
Yeah, true.
Oh man.
Useful note.
Ben is there. I think Frankie is actually working there as a waitress. Frankie was one of Camilla's entourage.
Maybe Lloyd is hanging out.
Lloyd and Ben are hanging out. Yeah, I think they're there. And they're sitting at one of like they're like at the back. There are like a couple of they're hanging out in the back somewhere, where like in one of the back corners, and are just like probably talking shit about people. And I mean, there's also Jamie Quinn here, who's kind of working the bar, but it's not like a busy night. Yeah, but like I think the one that comes across you is like, oh, is Frankie, who like it takes like a moment, but then she recognizes who you are, enough free seats, just sit where you want. But you wanted to ask something, right? You're like,
yeah, I think I hesitate for a second because I don't know. Frankie kind of makes me a little insecure. She's older and like cool, I guess.
oh, she definitely is. From your perspective, she's definitely cool.
Yeah, but like then, I think I just like say, have you seen Kaylee?
Who?
Yeah, and I think I like. Oh no, there's like people from my class. They're supposed to be here.
I mean, Ben and Lloyd are back there.
No, not them.
Well, suit yourself. You can. It's not like we're full tonight. Just sit down somewhere. Can I get you something?
I'm just gonna wait. She's gonna come any second.
Well, whatever. And she like rushes off to like tend to one of the actual guests who are like buying things and gonna leave a tip. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't really think that Robin can afford anything here, really. And I think finally I go down on my phone and I'm like, I mean, are you here? Question mark.
And I think that's when we cut to Kaylee vision, right? That's like frayed at the edges and desaturated, and but at the same time, like the brightness of certain things are just overpowering in a way. Are you in here, or where are you? Or are you you're somewhere else?
I'm at the actual Merry Maidens.
Okay.
Well, she's on her way there. I don't know if she's actually made it that far yet, but she's on her way.
Yeah, then we get like you like basically.
I'm also doing love maths over here in my book. Don't mind me.
Trudging through the tall grass and the rain, and there's like almost nothing for us to really catch onto except maybe the tall grass at times. But then there's like a lightning strike off in the distance that like leaves like these still impressions on everything.
I imagine as well it's a really narrow country road that leads up here. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like one lane, and it's the kind of road where I don't know if you do this in other countries, but in the UK you like honk your horn if you're going around a corner that's blind in the country.
Yeah, it's
like that sort of road, and Kaylee's like walking up the middle of this road.
Yeah, I love it.
So it's going to be really interesting if any traffic comes up on her, because I'm not going to see her.
Well, I think that's actually a great place to take our second break.
I'm so excited. There's so much drama.
Yeah, I want to see what happens.
Me too.
So much switches.
So we'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes. See you. And we're back. And I think we come back to well, I want to hear what we come back to, Tress. So, one.
Am I saying what you come back to?
Yeah. Are we like seeing you two cuddling up, or
Yeah, no, she's definitely a cuddler under a duvet.
so it's this?
Duvet is like
We come back on like kind of like the moments after in like both of your afterglows, right? I think we get this thing where he like throws himself back on his back and it's like just like this big sigh leaves him, and we see you, Tress, like cuddling up to him, and him like putting an arm around you. But he's like definitely like has like pushed part of the blanket away, so we get this nice like we get to see his nice upper body in this situation.
10 out of 10. Yeah, no, she's definitely like got the duvet pulled all the way up. It's not because she's self-conscious or anything. She's just cold.
Yeah,
you wouldn't think she would be, but
and
yeah,
no, and he's still like so nice and warm and radiating all that. Do you want to read your sex move?
I will read that because yes, it is a fun one. Because I get things from it. Oh wait, or is it? After sex, you take a sympathetic token from them. They know about it, and it's cool.
What's this look like? What are you taking? Like,
I think what would be important to him? I imagine he's wearing like, or he came in wearing like perhaps a hoodie from his old school or something, like maybe from a competition day, like something that would have been kind of, quite important to him, sort of maybe in the past though. And yeah, no, after a while, after cuddling, she's gonna like kind of sigh and just say, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go for a shower. And she's gonna put on his hoodie and like some shorts and go to the bathroom and shower. And then she's gonna keep the hoodie when she gets back.
Yeah, definitely. Like you pull over the hoodie to like protect you from the cold.
Because did we ever actually close the window?
I think we can assume you did.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then she's not going to be very long. Like
no,
literally.
But as you step out in the hallway, you immediately like freeze. As on the other side, there's Nessa staring at you.
I'm 17. It's fine.
What are you doing, Tress?
Ness.
And she like looks you up and down, and like you're in this boy's hoodie. And I think that's where I want to cut over to I think to Robin. As oh hey, what are you doing here? It's like this, and oh excuse me, oh hey Robin, and it's what are their names? Georgina and Steve, like have just like come in like behind you. What are you doing? Oh, hey, do you mind getting out of the way? That's Steve talking.
Out of the way? What do you mean?
You're standing in the in the middle of the entrance of the pub, man.
Okay. And I like move out of the way.
And and they're like they look at you and move like past, like they obviously want to go and sit at a certain spot. But that's when you notice like Ben's looking at you from across the room with like this expression on his face, like, what the hell are you doing here, right? And I think like Lloyd notices the change in demeanor in him and looks over as well, and that's when like Ben already like kind of gets up to come walking over, and Lloyd's like gets up as well and follows, and Ben's like, hey, what you doing here, huh?
I mean, it's a bar.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna sit down and have some food and drink? And he like looks you up and down. Can a hippie like you even like afford this?
I guess you'll have to wait and see. I'm waiting for someone.
Waiting for someone.
Are you usually trying to chase away customers? In which case, I understand how this place is not going very well.
Not going. And Lloyd like grabs his arm and is like, "Hey, it's not worth it, right?" Like not saying as much, but Ben's like, "Well, I mean, if you're just taking up space and getting in the way of actual customers."
Yeah, and I look around, like in the room, and I like shrug. Which actual customers am I actually taking the space away from?
Yeah, roll to shut him down.
Yeah, more XP for him. Let's go.
Let's see. Yeah, whatever. Go have a seat. And like Lloyd, like and Ben turns away, and Lloyd's like looking at you like, what the hell are you doing here? Not saying it, right? But he seems to content that like, oh, there's no escalation apparently. And
I just like, I think I say to Lloyd like, I mean, he came up to me.
Yeah, it's okay. But, well, just sit or leave, one or the other, I guess. And like he like follows Ben back, who like seems to be content with things at the moment.
Yeah.
But Ben like walks to the back and like enters a right like staff only, employees only door.
Yeah, I think what was the friend of Camilla name again?
Frankie,
yeah. I think like I just walk up to her and I say like, if you if you see Kaylee, oh yeah, you didn't know, a redhead, like, yay high.
Yeah.
Tell her I was here, and I think like I walk out at the bar.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, sure, no worries, I'll tell her. And and you leave the bar, right? And like the increased rain like hits you, and as you're still like deciding for a moment of what to actually do, like suddenly something hits you right in the midsection and like takes the breath out of you. Take one harm as you double over, and you hear Ben's voice like, yeah, you still owe me one. Shouldn't have gone at me like that today. As you sink like to your knees, he like prances around you and about, and Lloyd's like, man, well, you got him now, right? Let's.
Yeah, I think Robin like looks up and like smiles at him, and I think you can probably like see him like bleeding from his mouth a little bit, so it's like his teeth are a little red, and I think I say, well, I guess it doesn't really matter now. I heard Tress into French cuisine and not what was it? English franchises.
The fuck! And he goes for you, and that's where we cut. And like there's like a lightning, and we see like Kaylee. We see like this stone circle ring lit up for like a second, right? And then we're back into like Kaylee's vision. You've reached the stone circle. The ring of the Merry Maidens.
I don't think she's been here since she was maybe, I don't know, like 11, and they came on a school trip. It was one of those, you bring your packed lunch and you come up from the school, and the teacher tries to make it educational, but really you're just sitting around in the sunshine for the day. I think she remembers a little bit of the history that the teacher was trying to teach them about the stone circle, and a little bit of the folklore. And I think she's going to kind of snake in between each of the standing stones.
What of the folklore is it that you remember?
I think she remembers that this was used to tell time. That was one of the theories that was given. It was some sort of, really large sundial type device. And then she remembers that in one of the pieces of folklore, each of these standing stones was meant to actually be a woman that had been turned to stone for some reason.
Yeah.
And that they're forever dancing in the circle in the field. And that's kind of their, one of the nicer stories. And then there are kind of more grim stories. And some people just think, it's just they could do it, so they did it kind of thing. And then there's, the wacky alien theories, but those were the ones that, Lloyd kind of leaned over and told her. But she's definitely thinking about the sisters dancing in a circle, hands held, and being turned to stone and trapped by the elements as, like, the wind is, like, full on battering and sending the rain horizontal, and she's kind of weaving in and out, and the grass is getting kind of muddy, and she'll stop and she'll lean against one of the stones. It's wet and it's cold, it's miserable, but I don't think she really feels it because of the state she's in. And she'll be thinking about, which maiden am I leaning against? Is it the one that no one else noticed?
Mm-hmm.
And she'll kind of straighten back up, and she'll just take some time looking at that specific standing stone.
Yeah, I think gaze into the abyss again. Nice.
The Abyss and I are good friends today.
Mm-hmm.
Gaze into the abyss. Fail.
So I think you can almost like there's this silent. You can hear the silent music that the Merry Maidens were dancing to, and I think we see Kaylee like gently, slowly starting to move in that rhythm, in that vibe, and like dancing on the spot in front of one of these stones, like one of those legends would have a Merry Maiden be doing, right? And then there's like this crack of lightning and thunder, like super close this time. It's like happening at the same time, right? And you keep dancing and swaying to that unheard melody in your head. There's a crack of lightning and thunder again, and there's a person standing there. And her hand goes immediately to your throat and pushes you against the stone. And we see in the rain, it's Camilla. Yeah, Tress, how are you doing? Did you take Nessa down? Like, did you try to navigate her away from like the door to not make a scene that Jean?
Yeah, I kind of like I just carried on walking to the bathroom anyway. And
yeah, she'd stop
follow.
you, like she'd like catch your wrist and like, where are you going? What do you think?
I go to the bathroom,
doing?
woman. Christ, just let me like go and shower, and then I will talk to you.
Will you?
Yes, give me 15 minutes.
All right, 15 minutes. See you downstairs.
Oh Christ,
Robin, what are you doing when Ben like flies at you after you provoking him like that? Like he's like enraged and like flying at you. Like he probably might be going for your head.
I think I probably defend myself.
That's it. Like, are you like meeting him halfway, springing up against him, or?
I mean, no. He is way too much momentum. I'm just gonna like use his own momentum against him. I think I'm just like I put my like feet up, so that when he comes, I can just like push him over.
Nice. Yeah. That is lash out physically. When you lash out physically, roll with volatile.
Yeah.
Partial on a 7 to 9, you harm them, but choose one. They learn something about your true nature and gain a string on you. The MC decides how bad the harm turns out, or you become your darkest self.
I think the MC decides how bad the harm turns out.
Okay, yeah. Explain to me what, like, I think, yeah, he runs at you and you, like, let yourself fall back and use your, like, you don't mind the dirt and the wetness that you're falling into, and as he like comes at you with the bat, you basically vault him over you with your feet, right? And I think he goes flying behind you into a ditch. Like it's like what, right? And we hear like Ben cry out and fall into like the ditch. Like there's like it's definitely goes down a bit, and like we hear him like hit a couple of shrubs and like yell and curse and yell again. And Lloyd like stares at you, and he's like he like ran up to the ledge and it's like, fuck. Jeez, man. Ben?
Yeah.
Are you alright? Like
I get up and run.
You run.
Mm-hmm.
What are you running away from? Being held accountable here?
No, I don't think so. I think I just I think like Robin at this point feels has a lot of feelings. I think he's trying to like just run away from the situation. He feels very like vulnerable seeing other people other people seeing him like this.
Yeah. Roll run away from me. When you run away, roll with volatile.
Uh-oh.
Mark XP.
Well, 1 more XP and I level up again.
You guys fail way more than I do.
Yes. And you're having cuddles and kisses, and I'm
getting beat up again.
Yes.
Yeah, I think like lightning strikes again, and we see like Kaylee, like Camilla's like holding you by the throat and then pulling you back and throwing you like into the circle, right? And she's like, you're the wrong one. You're useless. What are you doing here?
Who am I meant to be?
She's like coming closer, and she has like a dagger pulled that she had been holding in the other hand, in her left hand. Yeah, in her left hand. And she's like, oh, well, I'm looking for the one I marked.
Fuck are you? You were at the beach party. I saw you in the pictures.
Yeah, you weren't though. What are you in? Who are you anyways?
None of your business. And they're like shuffling backwards through the muddy, boggy ground to get away from this crazy woman with a dagger.
And she like looks at the dagger and puts her hand down and is like, well, what brings you up here in a night like this?
I don't have to answer your questions. She remembers Robin's words as if they apply to everyone now. And she's going to grab a clod of that dirt and just fling it at this person. Because she has nothing else on her, really, to be throwing, apart from her school bag, but she'd quite like to keep that. Roll to fling mud.
Yeah, I think this is more
Is that a volatile roll?
No, I think this is more a keep your cool.
Okay. I'm better at that.
When you keep your cool and act despite fear, name what you're afraid of, though.
Alright.
So you name me what you're afraid of first.
Afraid of being murdered. Bye.
That's kind of not a reasonable
with a
fear.
dagger.
Okay, but I get it.
Well, right. She's like, I'm dead, but also she has a dagger and she feels in mortal danger, even though she's not mortal. Like, she hasn't processed the whole thing yet.
Yeah, no, it's fair. It's fair.
Success.
Yeah.
Good success.
So, on a 10 up, you keep your cool and gain insight. Ask the MC a question about the situation and take one forward to acting on that information. So you can ask me anything about the situation with Camilla and that you're in. Like something coming, like you put something together. This is what this probably means.
Right.
Or maybe Camilla like says let something slip if you ask something that you couldn't know.
I don't know what to ask.
We can come back to you if you want
Yeah.
to think about it for a moment.
I guess that the only question I would have is like, is there any sign that Camilla is like lead to leave, or could be persuaded to leave
To leave how? Where?
the circle, and to not be here with a dagger threatening Kaylee?
Oh yeah, like she's like that doesn't need to be your question actually. I'm
Okay.
just telling you something. Like you can tell as you like keep yourself together. Like she's dropped all the threatening things. She's like definitely more curious about who you are and what you're doing here. Like she's dropped the threatening aura that was there in the beginning.
Does the question have to be about Camilla?
About the situation.
Yeah. Okay. So could Kaylee realize that she's not in mortal danger because she's dead? And you can't be killed if you're already dead. So could she have that realization?
Yeah, definitely. That's also not the question here, though.
Okay.
That you can ask. Like, I think that's fair because you do it, and I think like that's probably also what will give you the +1 whatever you want to do next because you're more collected now. You actually realize like, yeah, what the hell is she going to do to me? Like, it's strange enough that she was able to touch me and see me, but that's actually like a hope, potentially, right? So think about what you actually want to know about her or what's going on in the situation.
Okay.
So yeah, Tress. Do we see you next like coming back into the kitchen?
No, she's gonna go to her bedroom first and explain to John that
John's
she has...
snoring when you come back.
Okay, fine, cool. I'm going downstairs. Bye. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine then. I was going to explain and be a good hostess.
No, like he's spent. He's snoring.
Yeah, no, she's going to be still wearing his hoodie and the shorts, and she doesn't care, and she's going to go downstairs. Yes.
Yeah, I think Nessa's sitting on the counter, like waiting for you. As you come into
That's her interrogation position.
yeah. As you come into the room, though, what you also notice is like the kitchen table is like full with groceries.
Did you go shopping, Ness?
Yes, I did, Tress. What do you think you're doing with the boy up there? Like, no. I don't want... Not that. What's riding you to invite someone over in this situation?
He was cute, and... yeah.
Who's he anyways?
He's just a boy. Like, he's just a next door neighbor from France.
Yeah, I remember him.
He's not dangerous.
No, I believe you. This is not about the boy, this is about you.
Oh, shit.
We do not know what's going on.
No,
we
I
need
don't.
to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
And you
Where's
letting in
Kenza?
strangers, even nice French boys, is not the wisest idea. You hear me?
Oh, where's Kenza?
She's getting everything ready. So, here's what's going to happen. You're going to be staying here. Yeah, please, you can start working and get those things that need to go into the fridge. I'll tell you all about this.
Okay, fine. So, yeah, she'll start doing that.
Yeah. Okay. So, Mom and Dad are going to go visit Grandmother tomorrow. They will notice that they've forgotten to take you, but not until they're almost there. So expect to get a call that they're also sorry and it's okay.
Okay, I'm guessing they know absolutely nada, as per usual.
They shouldn't. We do not know anything. That's what's happening here.
No, I mean in general. They never know anything.
No, they don't. They shouldn't. Let them live their normal lives, please.
Fine.
Yeah. You're going to be staying here. While Kinzer and I were preparing the ritual to find out what actually is happening. Right? So you need to hold out here. So that should be enough food for you for a couple of days. But you gotta promise me.
Get me some pombers.
Yeah, over there in that one.
Okay, good. That's what I care about.
Well, you gotta stay in the house though. And don't invite anyone over and let anyone in who you do not know. You hear me?
Okay.
And also, you're taking precautions, right?
Yes. Oh my god. I don't need this talk from you.
What? I don't know what talks you need, Tress. The way you've been acting this last weekend and now, I think it's better that I ask.
Yeah. Did you when you were my age? Probably not, actually. She's just trying to piss her off now.
Yeah. And I think that's when we cut to Robin. I think you're running through the rain, right? Until you're running through the rain and back into town. And you get like this sudden feeling that something's after you. And like you turn around and then there's like nothing but shadows. And then there's like another crash of lightning. Like that makes you jump. And you turn around again. And suddenly you find yourself like this is like having a deja vu. Like you're standing in an alley, and at the end of the alley there's a door that's like slightly ajar. There's like a soft, warm light coming from within. You remember this, right? This was like you're standing in the exact same spot that you had when you had your vision, when you were hit in the face by the plank on the beach. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think I just like take a deep breath, and I think you see like Robert's eyes are red, and I think I just stand there for like a second and then like look at the door, open door.
And I think that's when we like see think we're looking at you, and there's back behind you, we see like a creeping shadow with like 2 red glowing eyes creep down the wall. And you're looking at the door, and there's like a shadow that you notice like creeping up on that wall as well, and like looking at you and hissing. And it lets itself like drop down in front of the door. That's when we cut back to Kaylee. Have you thought of a question to ask?
I don't know if Kaylee really has any questions. I feel like she's discovered a murderer is waiting at the Merry Maidens. Realized she can't be murdered, which is good. Realized she can't call the police to tell them someone tried to murder her at the Merry Maidens because she's already dead. You can't be murdered if you're already dead. And she's trying to figure out how to protect her friends. I guess the question could be, does Kaylee notice anything about Camilla's nature that would help her protect her friends?
I think it's... Yeah, I think there's this thing about her where I think she sighs and looks at you and is like, you're carrying enough life force still with you, I guess, to have triggered the signal. Girl, who would come up here?
It's a free country. Not like there's many other places to go. Why am I talking to a murderer? In potential. Kaylee's like gonna get up and try and like
she like
stab as cool as she can.
Yeah. And she like throws her head back and laughs, and it's like, well, why am I talking to a ghost girl of all things?
Why are you at the Merry Maidens?
Because you called me here.
No, I didn't. How can I call you here?
It doesn't matter. It shouldn't be you that's here.
Why are you here? And Kaylee's gonna reach out and try and grab Camilla by the arms. Try and seize control of the situation and get answers. Terrifying ghost girl to the rescue.
Yeah, and she's like, because it's necessary. I need it. But I need not you here. I need that Tress girl.
Tress?
Yes.
Why? What did you? She kissed your boyfriend or something?
No, actually, she's a good kisser. Gotta say that much. No.
You're gonna like fatal attraction her? Like,
no. What's your
this
name?
makes even less sense than the fact I'm a ghost. Okay, this makes no sense to me.
Well, here's the thing, right? You need something, don't you?
What do you mean?
I mean, come on. Like a girl ghost walking around the countryside. That's not just...
I'm meeting someone here. Someone that's not you.
Who are you looking for then?
Not Tress.
Well...
So you can go home. if you have a home, or if you just pop out
How
up on the ground.
about this? If you
Try
bring
and kill people.
Tress here, I help you meet whoever you need to meet. And if it's like your dead parents or whatever, I don't know what happened to you. I am not that super interested, so like don't take this the wrong way.
Well, I'm not super interested in helping you either. So fuck off. Can I try and shut her down?
Yeah, I think you're trying that right now. Yeah.
Haley's trying real hard. She's had enough shit, and she's trying to process everything. And shut her down is volatile?
No, that's cold.
Oh, good. I'm good at that one. I'm not good at volatile.
Nice. So when you
That's Max.
Yeah.
She really is fun.
On a 10 up, choose one from below. They lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take one forward.
I would like... Can I gain a forward?
Yeah, that will apply to your next roll. Though...
Although I guess a string would probably be more apt, because I actually do have a string on them, since I know that they want to murder Tress. At least that's how Kaylee's taking the situation right now.
Yeah, potentially. Condition could also be good, because the condition... Anybody can use a condition against
What if
them,
I set the condition on her that she's frightened of Kaylee, and Kaylee's just done like full-on poltergeist, scary...
That's what I'm imagining. Like,
at the right time, eyes have gone black as night,
yeah.
hairs
Yeah, I think
floating as if
when you
she's still
go,
drowning.
go, right? That's like not just you, that's like
Death itself.
I think it's you and the 12 merry maidens yelling it with you.
Yes. And maybe for a brief moment she sees like the dead version of Kaylee as well, which is really a haunting and strange sight.
Yeah, and that definitely repels Camilla, right? Camilla's like staggers back and falls into the mud and runs off out into the darkness. So that could either be that you get a string on her, or put a condition like haunted on her, or something like that, or paranoid.
What about
or
thinking like Fright Night or Scared to Death? But yeah, like I think Spooked.
Yeah, spooked. Who's afraid of ghosts?
Yes. Hashtag boo.
Nice.
And I think Kaylee is literally just vibrating with anger and confusion and frustration right now as the rain is just pouring down. And I think she hears the rain. It's kind of come into her focus, and it's just like hammering down around her, splashing. And she's listening to Camilla run off into the night. And then the adrenaline starts really like shaking her, and she's trying to figure out why Camilla could touch her when no one else could see her. And then same with Nimue. That was really strange because she saw her, but then no one else could after that. And so yeah, she's going into processing. So I guess gaze into the void, maybe to get a answer on why certain people can see her and certain people can't.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, where the hell is Robin? But, you know, one thing at a time. Gaze into the void. Success.
Nice. Yeah. So the abyss shows you lucid visions, and you take one forward to addressing them. Definitely write that down, because that might not come to pass anymore. That your next action upon this. I think the maidens stay with you.
Okay. Can I see them as like people?
Yeah, I think like as soon as like after Camilla's like run off into the darkness, right? They like settle down actually on the ground, and they like form like a circle around you, and then one of them steps forward and offers you a hand, right? And you can actually touch them and you can feel them, and then you're like she pulls you forward and she leans next to your ear and she's like, "Oh, poor Kaylee, you don't need to be here."
But I don't want to go home.
You don't have to go home tonight, but you do not need to be here. But come, stay with us a little bit. Dance with us. And I think you realize Camilla was only able to perceive you because of what she is, and you must have triggered something. And you remember her words like, "Oh yeah, you must still have enough life force to have triggered this thing." Like she was expecting someone to come here,
Sure.
or to be brought here, one of those two things. And then
Like she had it alarmed.
yeah, and then she appeared here. The Maidens didn't like that, but they were powerless to do anything about it until like you came and you like pulled yourself together. But the Maidens don't want you to suffer the same fate as they did. And yeah, I think they do kind of make you feel at home here. As the rain pours down and there's lightning,
I think it goes from being like one of those horrible, that feeling when you're like trapped in the rain and you just want to go home, and it goes to that, oh my god, it's a thunderstorm and like the ground is shaking.
Yeah.
There's lightning and it's kind of scary, exciting to be out in the lightning because you're like, what if I get struck by lightning? And then like, oh, I'm a ghost. Ha. But it's it's that primal thing going on, and it becomes exciting rather than ooh. And she's here with like the Merry Maidens, which is pretty cool.
And we cut over from that to Robin, who has like a shadow behind himself and one in front of himself, and they're like hunched over, but way too long. Like they're like, they would be double as tall as you if like they stood upright. And they have these spindly arms with like way too long fingers, and it's approaching you.
I think I turn around and I run into the door.
I think to do that, you need to keep your cool here.
That's fair. Well, I level up.
Yeah, and I think you like turn around, want to run into the door, and we see this like from like the creak of the door, right, where your eyes go wide as you like rush forward and suddenly like are like as if you're running into restraints, and we notice like the hand around your throat and neck that's holding you, and you're being like held up into the dark sky, and then there's like lightning crashes and fist closing and then opening, and like a limp body dropping to the floor, to the foot of the alley. It's the round one. As we cut for the night.
No cut. Continue.
Nah.
No, that's that's too harm for Robin.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's too much.
It's we'll see if he lives.
I was gonna say, you're already on to, yeah.
Yep.
Shit.
Balls.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So much drama.
So much drama.
Yeah. Shit,
And
son.
swooching.
But at least Tress has her palm bears.
Yeah, that's all that matters. That's all I care about, damn it.
I guess should I just start with outros and then we can finish on you, Sophie?
Sure,
Yeah.
go for it. Go round the square.
Yeah, so you can find me at MTHSPLGR on Twitter, and you can find me tomorrow again on Katie Faze's channel. That's KatyFaise on Twitch for our game Twin Dwarf Tango, or game of Scum and Villainy. And on Saturday on Otherdocs channel for our game of the Cold Runes of Last Life. All about the undead. Yeah. That's mine. So I'll pass it over to Charlie.
Hello. I'm at Frost from Fire, currently munching Kinder Bueno.
Nice.
I am actually coming back in about an hour over on Scratchcus Academy's channel to play some Cypher System. We are playing the Realm of Ancients, which is set in ancient Greece. Our boat was just beset by a great big sea monster, and one of us is already overboard. It's not going well. Come check that out. It's a lot of fun. I really love the Cypher System. Speaking of, coming up on Sunday, it's the premiere of my new show, The Lost Girls, on WebDM. Amazing all-female cast. It's vampires set in the 80s using Cypher. Very excited for it. We've been working on getting this launched for a couple of months now, and it's finally the day. For everything else, go and check out my pinned tweet. I have a full schedule. I play 8 games a week at the moment. So there's always something to watch.
Damn, something every day.
And over to Mikkel.
You are crazy. 8 games a week. Wow. Well, I am in this game. So that's enough for me. It's all the drama I can handle. You can find me on Mikael Tusva on Google+, on Twitter, on YouTube, and not on Twitch, and I don't stream, so that doesn't matter. But yeah, I really enjoyed the session, so I hope Robin lives. We'll see.
We didn't do favorite scenes. Do we normally do favorite scenes? We do, right?
Favorite scenes, guys, come on.
Okay, my favorite scene. I loved the exchange between Jean and Tress. I was called to Baguette them. Between Jean and Tress, with like the little messages through the window. It was very Love Actually, which I hate, but Love Actually meets like there's that episode of Frasier where they're sending messages via a telescope, and I just love that the teenagers have been pushed back to an analog, and they were struggling, and they were still bringing in the online hashtags and things. It was very cute. So I really like that scene.
Hashtag same.
I really like the exploration of Weird Clive's house, and there's like a what the hell? There's a deep backstory to this guy.
I enjoyed that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I like that bringing the other players in as well.
I also really loved Robin going to the wrong Merry Maidens.
That's
And because it was just so like paced perfectly, like a movie where the dude goes to the wrong place and then he meets another dude and has a fight, and he's like, "Where's Kaylee?" And Kaylee's there at the Maidens getting nearly murdered, although she can't be murdered because she's dead. And it just, I loved that combo. It was such a good combo, and I liked that the entire party was split nearly the entire game, but everyone had so much investment in everyone else's scene, so it was a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Mr. Arthur is my favorite.
oh god.
Very good cat name.
Oh man.
And also, I hate dice. I am very bad at roleplaying.
Yeah, today for you.
I
Damn.
had all the luck today.
I mean, didn't you say you wanted to get at the grown-up moves? You're moving there fast now.
It's true if I don't die. I also said I wanted to kiss and I didn't roll plus hot once. When can I kiss a demon, man?
I mean, you could.
I mean, find out next session.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, what was my favorite scene? Oh, I had so many good bits. Like, I really liked how, even though Robin wasn't anywhere near Tress the entire game, pretty much, like, he still caused trouble for her. Thanks. And I quite like the fight scene. I like the little comebacks with the French cuisine. That was a good one. I don't know. I just like all the little tiny quirky bits that are in the middles, like stuff like that. And yeah, I liked the smoochy bit just before the sexy bit. That was good. That was good stuff. Okay. Anyway, yeah, if you found my channel, then you already kind of know me. I'm Sophie. You can find me on Twitter at Sophie May. You can find me here on Saturday, actually, in the morning. God knows how that's going to go. But yeah, no, I'm going out for the day, and I thought, I'll do my makeup with people because that's a fun thing and makes me do the makeup, which is behind me. And yeah, then Tuesdays... Actually, no, I don't have anything on Tuesdays. If anyone's got a game for on Tuesdays, hello. And Wednesdays, I am at Pro Restarter. We're playing Into the Deadlands. That's at 6 p.m. GMT. And yeah, Thursdays, I'm here. And, Tuesdays, there is a pre-recorded D&D game being released on Capricorn and Cross's channel. And I saw that he hosted us earlier. So thank you very much for that. And yeah, that's it. I can't wait to get back with these crazy murderish or being murdered drama kids. But yeah. Okay. And thanks for coming, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.